Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Scott Pavey and I have developed this board game, Dungeon Battle. Dungeon Battle is a 1 to 4 player competitive game that puts you against 3 other parties to see who can complete the 4 dungeons the quickest. Have you ever wanted to explore a dungeon, defeat enemies, and compete against other parties to see who can complete it the fastest? Say no more. So let's go ahead and get started and see how we can explore the depths in record time. Dungeon Battle is a 1 to 4 player competitive game that will take you approximately 30 to 45 minutes to complete and utilizes a central main playing board that rotates on every exploration. This game will not only allow you to explore the dungeon laid out before you, but will also give you the chance to alter fellow explorers' paths, lay traps as they proceed through the depths towards their ultimate goals. Players will have one goal in mind, and that will be to destroy 4 dungeons that will be located in the center of the board. So let's move on to setup. First, the main board will be placed in the center of all players. Each player will then grab a character board. There are 4 different classes to choose from. You have Ranger, Paladin, Mage, or Thief. Each character will have unique abilities that they possess and may be upgraded depending on the cards that you draw. Next, each player will take a starting resources based on where they start in the game. The first player will have 3 gold, the second player 4 gold, so on and so forth until you have reached how many players you have. Next, you will take 4 decks which can be placed on each side of the board. The decks can be identified by the illustrations that are on the back of the cards. Next, each player will take 1 card to accumulate 4 cards, and that will be your starting hand. Finally, give the first acting player token to the first player and have everyone take a player aid to help them with their respective actions. Now let's go on to see how we play. To play the game, each player will take turns laying down 1 card face down on the center of the board, starting with the first player with the first action player token. Ensure that you have resources to play the cards you want to play in advance, as there is no picking the card back up to check the costs. If you end up not being able to pay for the card that has been played, then that card is discarded without completing its action. When all players have finished playing their cards face down, each player will take turns flipping over 1 card, paying its cost, and conducting the action listed on the card. If you decide you do not want to play a selected card, it must be discarded before it is flipped over. Once it is flipped over, you have to pay the costs and conduct the actions. This will continue until all face-down cards are played or discarded. If you destroy the dungeon boss at any time, place a player token in the center of the board next to the boss, indicating that you have cleared that dungeon. Once the turn has ended, the person with the fewest dungeons completed gets the first action player token, and the board rotates clockwise 45 degrees. If there's a tie on the fewest dungeons completed, then the player token gets passed clockwise to the player closest to the player who started the last round. Everyone will then draw 1 card from the top of each deck again, and this will continue until 1 player has placed 1 token in each of the 4 dungeons on the center of the main board. Go ahead. Alright, if this game sounds interesting to you, then join the club. This game is currently in development, but will release Q4 of 2026. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment in the section below and I will respond as soon as possible. This game will be available for purchase at my website, www.youtube.com/PSRAMZA. I look forward to playing with you all and have a blessed new year as we start 2025 and realize our dreams.